Yeah.
Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. The Las Vegas Bowl features two 8-4 teams that were pretty disappointing in 2021. Two teams that had conference title aspirations but couldn't even win their own division. Wisconsin, guys, started the season off at 1-3 but won 7 of their final 8 games to conclude at 8-4. Arizona State started the year off at 5-1 but fizzled out over the end of the year, finishing 3-3 in their final 6 games. So the Badgers getting hot at the end of the season. The Sun Devils mediocre at the end of the season. Which team is going to finish their year on a high? Which team is going to finish with 9 wins and carry a little bit of momentum into 2022? We're here to tell you that right now. So again, guys, welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, ready to predict this Las Vegas Bowl between the Badgers and the Sun Devils. As always, make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below. If you want the spread pick for this Las Vegas Bowl, if you want the spread pick for the rest of the college football bowl games, if you want the spread pick for every single NFL playoff game and a good number, about 15 to 20 regular season NFL playoff games that are left this year, you need to go over to thegridironexpert.com and sign up for those expert picks because, guys, not only are you going to get one of the cheapest prices in the country to sign up there, you're going to get all those picks for a whole year-long subscription. You buy now, you get it all the way through 2022, and you're going to win because our picks have beat out over 80% of the national analysts each of the last 3 years. We're doing it again right now. You're not going to find a deal anywhere better. You're not going to find accuracy anywhere better than what you will find at thegridironexpert.com. So make sure you go sign up for those expert picks, guys. Again, it's never too late to join our team, never too late to sign up, and I promise you, you need to take advantage of it. Promise you that. You're going to want to. So let's take a look at the Las Vegas Bowl. We're going to go ahead and jump right on into the offense. Again, Wisconsin and Arizona State, neither having the flashiest of offenses. Both these teams very similar when it comes to their style of play. Both really, on offense at least, wanting to run the football. We'll start with the Badgers, a team that really isn't that electric. Look at that this ground and pound, Big Ten, hard-nosed football that we're used to seeing. Wisconsin guys only averaged 25.8 points per game. But over the course of the end of the season, their last 6 games, they really started to peak. They hit at least 27 points in 5 of their final 6 games. The only exception to that coming in the one game they lost to Minnesota in that season finale. And Wisconsin, again, is all about the run. The Badgers averaged 215.4 rushing yards per game. Compare that to 162 passing yards per game. It's simply not there. Graham Mertz simply has not done a great job. He's only thrown for over 1,800 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. He has not been the quarterback that Wisconsin thought he was going to be when they recruited him, the 5-star recruit. Wisconsin, as we just said, relies very heavily on the run, led by Braylon Allen, who's rushed for over 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. That's the number one guy. That is the guy that's going to carry Wisconsin to a potential Las Vegas Bowl victory. It's not going to be Graham Mertz, who really has been unable to carry Wisconsin to a victory, I would say, during his time with the Badgers, with the exception of a couple really, really good performances at the beginning of last year, beginning of that COVID season. When you look at Arizona State, statistically, they are a little bit better than Wisconsin. 29.7 points per game, very balanced, 197.6 passing yards per game, and 204.5 rushing yards per game. So again, the rushing number, very, very impressive. Over 200 rushing yards per game. That's the key. That's what Arizona State wants to do. The problem is Rachaad White, their leading rusher, guys rusher over 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns, will not be playing. He will not be playing. Their number 2 running back, Diamante Traynum, he is out. He will not be playing in this game. So Traynum is not the number 2 rusher, he's the number 2 running back. So your 2 running backs are out. The number 2 leading rusher is actually their quarterback in Jaden Daniels, who rushed for 670 yards and 6 touchdowns. But losing Rachaad White in that backfield is huge for this Arizona State offense and very beneficial to this Wisconsin defense. So obviously this is an Arizona State team that now I believe is going to have to turn more to the pass. Is going to turn more to the Jaden Daniels show than it will be the Arizona State show on offense. Daniels, we just mentioned his rushing numbers, has also thrown for over 2,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, but 9 interceptions. So the inverse of what we just mentioned with Graham Mertz. This is a mediocre passing offense. Jaden Daniels did not live up to the expectations, did not live up to the hype that was set before him coming into 2021. The question is, will this Sun Devils offense without White, without Trainum, with some questions in the backfield, not being able to run the ball as effectively as they want, will they be able to score? Will they be able to move the ball against a very stingy Wisconsin defense? Because here's the thing. Even if Rachaad White was playing, even if Trainum was playing, obviously we know Jaden Daniels will be playing, Wisconsin doesn't let you run the ball. They do not let you run. The Badgers are allowing just 16.4 points per game. They're allowing just 65.2 rushing yards per game. 65.2 rushing yards per game. That's insane. They're allowing just 240.8 total yards per game. 240.8 total yards per game. We always say if you can hold someone to under 300 yards per game, you're doing good. Wisconsin's 60 yards under that. So this Badgers defense, yes, is elite. And that rushing number is so key because right there, they have faced some decent rushing teams so far this year. They really have. And I'm not saying people haven't had success against the Badgers, but in the grand scheme of things, Arizona State, a team that's averaging over 200 rushing yards per game, they're not going to do that against Wisconsin, especially not without their top 2 running backs. It's just not going to happen. So the million-dollar question is, can Arizona State get anything else going? Can they get anything going against the pass? Wisconsin allows just 175 passing yards per game. So the secondary, very similar to their front 7, is no slouch. Factor in the Badgers have racked up 15 interceptions, and Jaden Daniels could be in for a rough day. The Sun Devils offense as a whole could be in for a rough day. When you look at the Sun Devils defense, it's not bad either. It's really not. They allow 20.9 points per game. They allow just 129.7 rushing yards per game, which under normal circumstances is really good. But when you realize that, that's almost double what Wisconsin's allowing, that kind of puts things into perspective. When you hear someone say, we allow about 130 rushing yards per game, you say, hey, that's not all that bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. But Wisconsin's saying, yeah, we're allowing half of that. That shows you how good this Badgers rushing defense is. The Sun Devils are allowing about 200 passing yards per game, but they're going to be without some more key players. They will be without a cornerback in Chase Lucas, another cornerback in Jack Jones, who has 3 interceptions, and their linebacker, Darian Butler, who has 68 tackles and 3 more interceptions. So they're without 3 key contributors on the defensive side of the ball, along with their top 2 running backs that are going to be out of this game. If I'm Arizona State, I'm not too worried about the Wisconsin pass game. I'm not too worried about Graham Mertz beating me through the air, but I am worried about losing Darian Butler, a linebacker. I am worried about the fact that Wisconsin's averaging well over 200 rushing yards per game. We're giving up about 130. I'm very nervous about the fact, as an Arizona State defense, that if our offense can't get anything going and are consistently going 3 and out or turning the ball over, my defense is going to be out there quite a bit, and we're going to get run down. So Arizona State has to find a way, with the absences on offense, with the absences on defense, to shut down the Wisconsin run game. Slow it down, just like we believe Wisconsin will do to Arizona State. Force Graham Mertz to win the game through the air. Arizona State owns the quarterback advantage with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels owns that edge over Graham Mertz. I truly believe that. I'd rather have Jaden Daniels throwing the ball than Graham Mertz. So if you're Arizona State defensively, you've got to find a way to slow down that run game and force Mertz into some long situations, 2nd and long, 3rd and long. Get him behind the chains to the point where Wisconsin's probably not going to pick up 15 yards on the ground on 3rd and 15. Force Mertz to throw. Force Wisconsin to try to win the game through the air. That is how Arizona State wins this game. Getting stops on defense by forcing Mertz to throw, not allowing them to control the clock and continue to run over and over and over again. But we believe that's exactly what's going to happen. That's the problem here. When you look at the grand scheme of things, guys, Wisconsin, to me, owns the clear-cut advantage. They don't have the opt-outs. They don't have the issues right now that Arizona State has. Yes, I believe Arizona State does have a couple advantages in this game, such as in the passing game, obviously with their quarterback. But at the end of the day, Wisconsin owns the clear-cut edge, especially defensively. They will be able to bottle up the Arizona State run game. I believe they probably would have been able to do that even if Rachaad White had played. But now, without him, they're going to be able to focus more on the pass, something Wisconsin has done well at stopping too. 15 interceptions, less than 180 passing yards per game allowed. So secondary, again, not a slouch, not like they're easily exploited. So Wisconsin's defense at the end of the day is ultimately going to be too much. And if they continue to force quick 3-and-outs and keep the Arizona State defense on the field, the Sun Devils will get worn down. Wisconsin will be able to have their way with them. Will continue to run as much as they want with Allen. Might be able to set up a couple of easy throws with the play action with Graham Mertz. He's not a guy that's going to win the game for you in crunch time, but he's a guy that can deliver on some easy throws given the time. And I believe that's what Wisconsin does. That's their game plan. So in the Las Vegas Bowl late at night, we've got the Badgers defeating Arizona State in what should be a relatively close, low-scoring game. Not many points going to be scored here, but the Badgers are going to be the one that come out ahead. They are going to be the ones that come out victorious and finish the year with 9 wins. Go into 2022 with a little bit of momentum and hope to have a better year then. Maybe even win the West, something they were unable to do this year. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos. Of course, check out everything down in that description below. Again, those expert picks over on the gridironexpert.com. One of the best deals in the entire country, one of the best marks in the entire country. If you want the spread pick for this game and the spread pick for all the other games, thegridironexpert.com is the place for you. Make sure to join our team, sign up today. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on The Gridiron Expert.